Stretching across the border of southern Kentucky and northern Tennessee, Fort Campbell stands as one of America's largest and most active military installations. It is home to the legendary 101st Airborne Division, the elite 5th Special Forces Group, known as the Green Berets, and the 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment, also called the Night Stalkers. The main section of the base, with its barracks, offices, commissary, and other buildings, is relatively compact compared to the installation's overall size. Beyond that lies over 93,000 acres of dense forests, open fields, streams, and lakes. Soldiers simply call this vast wilderness the Back 40. The term comes from an old American expression used by farmers to describe remote, untouched land far from the main homestead. Through years of researching the strange and unexplained, I've noticed Fort Campbell appearing far too often, almost as though it attracts the paranormal. Life in the military is challenging enough, yet for soldiers and families stationed here, it comes with an unsettling reputation. Reports of hauntings in base housing areas like Pierce Village, Hammond Heights, and Lee Village are well known. There are also highly documented UFO sightings, such as the strange egg-shaped objects reported across Kentucky on the very day Air Force Captain Thomas Mantell lost his life while chasing one in January 1948. In the 1980s, soldiers reported a diamond-shaped craft pursued by helicopters that allegedly disabled one of the base's radio towers. Green Men incident, as well as a growing number of terrifying Bigfoot sightings around the area. In short, Fort Campbell is not only a center of military power, it has also become a magnet for the unexplained. But this isn't just another ghost story, UFO account, or Bigfoot legend. This is something different. According to the men who experienced it firsthand, a far more terrifying creature roams the training grounds of the Back 40. Soldiers know it by one name, the Dogman. What you are about to hear are their stories. 12 days into a grueling field exercise, soldiers were exhausted, restless, and on edge. During one night patrol, a squad leader stationed near the mock town of Cassidy noticed movement in the darkness. At first, he thought it was just the platoon's radio operator making his rounds, but when he turned, he froze. Roughly 20 meters away, crouched low to the ground, was a massive figure, 5 feet tall even in its crouched position, emitting a deep growl like a wolf. His night vision revealed something running at unnatural speed, too large to be a man and too fast to be any deer. Throughout the night, soldiers reported strange sniffing sounds, the overwhelming stench of wet fur, and a chilling howl that silenced every coyote in the woods. They all agreed they had not been alone. Another soldier recalled his own unsettling encounter during a storm. What at first sounded like their RTO approaching instead turned out to be something else, something heavy, moving swiftly on 2 legs. The squad only caught glimpses before it vanished into the trees. The next day, even their first sergeant, who was fascinated by Dogman lore, admitted that local legends long connected these lands with such creatures. A third soldier provided a chilling account during a 4-week exercise. While guarding a roadside, his friend claimed something had tried to pull him into a drainage pipe. Moments later, the soldier himself saw it, an 8 to 9 foot tall beast with a canine head, broad shoulders, and glowing eyes. Despite firing training rounds in panic, the creature simply turned and bolted into the forest, breaking small trees as it ran. Later, strange howls echoed around their platoon. The story was quickly hushed by superiors, but the soldiers never forgot. Another group of soldiers, bored during a night shift, wandered into one of Fort Campbell's abandoned training villages. Inside a rotting shack, they found disturbed gravel and a massive hole beneath the wall, as though something had clawed its way through. As they investigated, they noticed movement in the tall grass. What they saw staring back at them was no man. Its outline was muscular and upright, with the unmistakable head of a wolf and reflective eyes glowing in the moonlight. The soldiers backed away, shaken and silent, the feeling of being watched following them all the way back to camp. Stories like these are not new. Long before Fort Campbell existed, the land was steeped in Native American legend. Tales speak of a cursed shapeshifter called the Loup Guru, a wolf-like spirit said to stalk the forests. French trappers fused these stories with their own werewolf folklore, giving rise to the Cajun legend of the Rougarou. Modern reports of Dogman go back to at least 1887, when two Michigan lumberjacks described a 7-foot tall beast with the head of a dog and the torso of a man. Since then, sightings have spread across the Midwest, with the Michigan Dogman becoming infamous in cryptid lore. Closer to Fort Campbell, locals tell chilling stories about the beast of the land between the lakes, an area just 16 miles east of the base. For decades, hunters, campers, and even law enforcement officers have reported strange howls and sightings of a dog-like humanoid roaming the woods. While officials deny any evidence exists, the fear among locals is very real. For the soldiers of Fort Campbell, the stories are more than just folklore. They are lived experiences. From glowing eyes in the tree line to guttural howls in the night, they carry the memories of encounters too real to ignore. Perhaps the Back 40 is more than just a training ground. Perhaps it is something else entirely. A crossroads where history, legend, and the unknown collide. Even today, Fort Campbell's reputation grows, not just as a hub of military might, but as a hotspot for the strange and supernatural. Bigfoot, UFOs, Dogman. What else could be hiding in those 93,000 acres of wilderness? One thing is certain. For anyone pulling firewatch deep in the Back 40, staying awake might just be a matter of survival.